Hi friends, beautiful people of the collective spiritual consciousness and the collective consciousness on YouTube. I'm so excited. I'm back from holidays, refreshed. I'm gonna get rid of this donation link because it's not necessary right now. Let's get rid of this. There we go. You can send me stars if you want though. I'm Becky Lee. For those of you who don't know me, I am the creator of this community, and myself along with our beautiful moderator team. I got glass bumps on me. Glasses! Our beautiful moderator team, you know, they work so diligently in the community, and just to make sure that the posts, everything comes up the way it's supposed to. I'm making sure that this is in my community right now. There we go. Yeah, I'm back. I'm feeling refreshed, and I'm really excited. Like 2025 is a big year. It's so expansive for so many. There's so much craziness going on in the world. However, we know when chaos is ensuing upon us, like I just spent a week in the US, and when chaos is ensuing upon us, like our job is to find order in the chaos. That's what music is. That's what science is. That's what all of these sciences are, and the science of music. It's about finding the order in the chaos going on around us. And it's about finding our center in the chaos. So when you're feeling out of sorts, because I feel out of sorts, I'm so sensitive to everything going on around me. And for years, I felt like a crazy person. And raise your hand if you feel like a crazy person, or you're finally getting to the point in your life where you can control and understand what message is coming through, what thoughts are yours and what are not, because we're all telepathic and we're all clairaudient beings. We all hear things that come through. If you think of your mind as a radio antenna, and your consciousness is the dial, and you're dialing into what's coming through. This is what the flow state's all about, is coming into that knowing, that space of like knowing what's pure and coming through and what's noise. Get rid of the static in your life. And we do that in ways about centering ourselves. And it doesn't have to be meditation. Whatever is meditative to you will help you. Whether it's actually meditating, yoga practices, just sitting still and finding your breath. You know, I teach my kids, like for a young child, meditation can be difficult. Like my son is 11 and sitting still is difficult for him. So I teach him just to tune into his body and be like, what thoughts are coming up? What do you need right now in yourself? And when we ask ourselves these questions, we get to know ourselves on a whole different level. And intimacy with self is how we transcend what is actually going on around us. Like, it's so important to just really get to know ourselves, because we live these lives that are so busy. We forget to get to know ourselves. We forget to tune in with ourselves. So tune that radio frequency in yourself, that dial, to the messages you wish to receive, not the noisy ones. You know, when noise comes up in your life, when chaos comes up in your face that head on and just tell it that you don't want it. Like, tell it to stop. If you're having thoughts that are taking you into despair or taking you into an old pattern, an old cycle, ask them to stop. That's all we have to do. And sometimes it takes a while. It's like training an animal. You have to stop it and you have to redirect. You have to redirect your thoughts. It's so important. I find myself in these predicaments sometimes where, you know, you get a little complacent with your practices and you're like, oh, I'm good now. I don't need to do this now. You know, it's like going to the gym or eating healthy. And then you start seeing the non-benefits of what you've been doing. You might gain a couple pounds. You might have that noise start coming back in. So bring yourself in, make it a daily practice. When you wake up in the morning, tune into yourself and be like, what do I want to welcome in today? That's awesome. I'm listening to a really good book right now. On my flight home yesterday, I was listening to a really good book, and it was talking about the tricky spirits and tricky energies out there. So when you hear those intrusive thoughts in your head, I'm going to use the word intrusive thoughts because we're not going to go woo-woo here. Nothing wrong with being woo-woo, but I'm very pragmatic in my approach with this. So those intrusive thoughts that tell you to do things that don't sound of the highest good, tell them to stop. It's about knowing and tuning in. You know, take yourself to a place right now where you know what that flow state was for yourself. You know, what is your flow state? It feels pure, it feels magical, it feels blissful, it feels like you can take on the world. And ideally we can't stay in that state all the time because we're humans. We're living a human experience, but knowing how to bring yourself back to it is the key. So this is the key. I'm not going to use the word healing because honestly, we get stuck in a self-perpetuating cycle for saying we need to heal. There's going to always be something to pop up to heal from. Just become the best version of yourself. And when you're feeling down, set boundaries for yourself and those around you and be like, hey, I need you to show up like this in my life. I need you to show up in a way that serves the highest best good for all. Don't allow people to treat you like crap. Don't allow less than savory behaviors in your life, and hold yourself to the highest standards possible. And I tell you, your life will change. You're worthy. I'm grateful for you. And once again, I'm Becky Lee. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this beautiful collective. Thank you for understanding your true power and your true nature as a creator. When we get cut off from creating, we're withering. We're creator beings. We're not meant to take orders our whole life. We're meant to create. We're meant to share our gifts with everybody. And your gifts are not the same as anybody else's. So stop following the crowd and stand out. It's okay to stand out. Anyway, I love you. Peace out. If this message resonates with you and it hits your heart, share it out. I'm going to post it on YouTube. And I'm really excited because this year, I've said this in January, but holidays, you know, all that kind of stuff. My podcast is my big transcendence this year. I've been scared to start one. I've had the message for years because I'm a speaker, I'm a teacher, and that's what I'm meant to do on this earth, among many other things. But I'm meant to share the message with so many in a way that's free for all. So keep an eye out for my podcast coming up where we're going to talk about all these kind of topics and, you know, what I've been through in my life and how I've become a better version of myself and how I continue to show up and continue this. And I love you and I want to share that love with you. And I want to tell you that you're worthy and you can do it today. So if you're feeling down and out, you can do it. This is your message. I love you. Peace out.